What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Build and Battle MTG. My name is Austin if you're new, and today's video is on 5 commander cards that are good and powerful that I've been playing with recently and that want to let you guys know about. So yeah, but before we get started, would you please take a moment to subscribe to my small channel? It'd really help us out a lot. And also check out the MTG Discord if you're interested in that. I have a link down in the description below. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first card on the list today is Soulherder. It's a 3-drop for 1 white and blue. It's a 1/1 spirit, which is a good creature type spirit. Whenever another creature is exiled from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Soulherder, and at the beginning of your end step, you may exile another target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So this is awesome effect to be blinking your creatures, and then at the same time you're making Soulherder bigger. And you don't even have to flicker something, so you don't like have to exile Soulherder and lose all its counters. Anyways, this is really good for a commander that has any type of ETB effect, or just any deck that has enter the battlefield effects. So yeah, I like this card a lot, and it's only a 3-drop, which is awesome, and it's under $1 too. Alright, second card on the list is Narset, Parter of Veils. So it's a 3-drop Planeswalker for 1 blue. Legendary Planeswalker Narset. Comes in with 5 loyalty counters, and it says each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. And then it has a -2 ability. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature card, or non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. So what we're really looking at here, although this ability is good as well, is this static ability that says each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn, because in commander games, everybody's trying to draw like at least more than 1 card a turn always. So this card is just going to shut down your opponent's their drawing, besides like obviously the card for turn. And then also another combo piece, or I guess it's like synergy combo, whatever, is doing wheel effects. So each player discards their hand, draw 7 cards, but all your opponents are only going to be able to draw 1. Super good card. I like this card a lot. Myriad Construct is the 3rd list on this card, and I feel like this card is definitely underappreciated, being at a price point of like 10 cents right now. So yeah, definitely a good pickup option because it is budget. So it's a 4-drop 4/4 artifact creature construct with kicker 3. So it says if Myriad Construct was kicked, it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each non-basic land your opponents control, which in commander is going to be a ton. And then it says when Myriad Construct becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it and create the number of 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature tokens equal to its power. So if you don't kick this and it gets targeted by a spell, you sack it and create 4 1/1s, which is awesome. But if you do kick it, then it enters with, like, I'm gonna say at least 4 in a 4-player commander game, at least 4 +1/+1 counters. Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, it just depends on the board state, but I'd say that's probably around the average. And then if you have other ways besides spells, because obviously if you target it will sacrifice itself, which might not be a bad thing all the time as well. But if your like commander puts +1/+1 counters on stuff like that, or like enchantments, or just creatures doing that, then this thing can get huge and make you a ton of tokens if it ever dies. So yeah, definitely a great card in my opinion. It is a little hard to play with though. The next card on the list, and the most expensive card coming around at $3.50, is Gavin Township. So this is actually a land. It taps to add 1 to your mana pool, and then you can pay 2 green white, tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So for a land that enters untapped, I, in my opinion, think this is a great ability, especially with that like new Coven commander from gosh, I can't even think of like the freaking set name, but that commander, and man, that's really gonna annoy me. Oh, it's Innistrad, yeah. So there's like some commanders in there that are like human tribal, in these colors, and I think that would go great in this deck. It is a bit like it doesn't tap for color or for colored mana, but in like a 2-color deck, I don't feel like that's a real big problem unless your commander has a bunch of colored mana in order to cast it, then maybe. But in obviously certain decks, this could be a great add-on. And the last card on the list is Ugins Nexus, which is a 5-drop legendary artifact, and it says if a player would begin an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead. So that part's useful, but the main part that we're focusing on is this part right here that says if Ugins Nexus would be put into a graveyard from the battlefield, instead exile it and take an extra turn after this one. So this is going to like prevent your opponents and yourself, but that's not a big issue, from taking extra turns, which is nice. I don't know how much that'll actually come into play though, but if you can find a way to destroy this or sacrifice it, it gives you an extra turn, which is awesome for just 5 mana. It is legendary, so like in the deck that I run this in, my Osgear deck, I can't make token copies, but 5 mana extra turn is awesome. So yeah, I definitely would recommend running this card in any type of artifact deck. Just make sure you have a way to actually like sacrifice it and take an extra turn. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.